guys, we just got back from a ride and we were testing out the new Scoot Slims. Those are the ones made for Oval Hooves, and I wanted to go ahead and give you the results of that. They are really awesome for oval hooves. Lasair actually right now has 4 oval hooves. All of his hooves are oval, and he doesn't really need boots on his hinds anymore, so I don't really do that except in competition. But during training, and right now we're still needing the boots up front. Well, not needing, but he is a lot more comfortable. But look at these Slims on him. I want you to take a look at the fit. Some people confuse size and fit. The difference between size and fit is, think about jeans. You can have the same size jeans, but if they are a loose fit or a relaxed fit or a tight fit, they will fit differently. They will feel differently. They're going to hug your body differently. And that's the same with the Scoots. You can have, like, he actually has some hooves that 2 different size, he can fit in a size 4 or a size 5. They actually fit both just fine, but they're going to be obviously a little bit different. And the difference is, like, these are a size 4 on him, and I would call this a snug fit. And then a size 5 would be a more relaxed fit. I need a snug fit on him in order to last for the more extreme type movements. And then the really extreme movement that are turbo boost, these did not stay on, sadly. They did not stay. I was hoping and praying that this was the secret to having boots that would stay on through his turbo boost, but it didn't. But the other thing is, I rode them exactly like this, with no gaiters on whatsoever, because 2 things I wanted to test out. And one was whether or not they would stay on, and 2, whether or not they would rub. And that is one good test for fit. If they do not rub at all, well, without the gaiters on, then you have a very nice fit. The gaiters and stuff are helpful if you want to kind of fudge with the fit. And that's the same with my padded collar mod. Actually, what I wanted to point out to you also is, I've been using these Scoot boots. They're the round ones. Okay, you see how round this is? And and I told you he has all oval hooves. So basically what my padded collar mod did was make this more oval. Can you see that? And that's why I have such great luck with them and stuff. Not only does it cushion, but it makes it more oval. And the thing is, it takes up that extra space in here, because a round one, all that means is that he's going to have extra space here and here on either side of his hoof, and that's going to make it so it's more prone to move, the side to side movement. Well, if I have this bulked up and make it more oval, then it's going to cut down on that side to side movement. Cutting down on any kind of extraneous movement is going to improve its retainability, right? So you see the straps here look great. As far as the gap goes, I actually have some space in between there. Actually, when I first put these on, they almost looked uncomfortably tight, but it's like if you put on jeans that are tight fit. You know, you put them on, you walk around in them, you stretch them out, you bend your knees up and down a few times and stuff, and it stretches them out. And then by the end of the day, they actually feel perfect after they've been stretched out a bit, and it's a real form-fitting, perfect fit. That's what happens when I use the size 4s. The size, like I said, the size 5s on these hooves are more like a relaxed fit. But even with this, see, it looks a little snug, but it actually is great. And I can actually fit 2 fingers in here, which I want to be able to do. And then the other key thing is, you see how his heel bulbs really come out? I got prominent heel bulb action going on back here, and that's good because it prevents that actually locks it, so it prevents it from moving. And you can see I have no space. Now here's a different too. The opening now is this big side opening. I want to just strap this so he doesn't step on it and break it. But big side opening here, and their original style, the side opening is up higher. This makes it so that if the hoof is a little bit more round, you see how it's coming out? It can come out a little bit in there, and that I think actually helps lock it in too. It's not like it's coming out past the sole. So I am loving the way these fit on him. I'm thinking if I put a little bit of tape, something, it may help retention since I have the room to put tape. Or what happens if I put a size 5 on him with the padded collar mod, something like that, you know? Would that work? Because I don't really have a lot of room here to put the padded collar mod on this one. So that's a question, but I don't think I'll be able to answer that because I only have this one pair of 4s. But you know, if you guys want to try it out, then yeah, go, you know, please do it and report back to me. These are all questions. But yeah, these are awesome. This is as close to perfect, straight out of the box, perfect fit without any modifications, not even gaiters or nothing. Perfect fit. Okay, so this is as close as I've ever seen or gotten in any brand or model boot, and I'm so excited about that. The only thing is, yeah, they still don't hang on for the extreme movement. Okay, so I did talk about extreme movement in my glue-on video, and look at that for, you know, more. But basically, when people are saying, oh, these boots work great for us, you know, what you have to ask is, okay, what kind of riding do you do? If they work great for you, but you only ever walk, or you only walk and jog, you know, in an arena, okay, so stuff like that. Even if a person says, oh yeah, they work great for tevis. Remember, tevis, that just means that the horse did a long distance at a sane pace. No one is going to be galloping 100 miles and acting like a crazy horse for 100 miles. In fact, the chances are more likely that a horse stays insane for 25 miles, the whole 25 miles, up and down mountains and everything, you know, and they're crazy, rather than in 100 miles. 100 miles is, you know, all that's really telling you is that it can handle the mileage, and anyone can tell you that the scoots can handle mileage. But anyways, okay, so the type of riding, is it easy riding? And easy, I call anything from up to a canter in an arena sort of situation or flat ground. And then medium type riding is up and down hills, through water and mud, cantering, and you know, maybe some hand galloping, something like that. Hard riding, lost track of my fingers. Hard riding, let's call that galloping and through a lot of mud and up and down mountains and hills and stuff like that. Downhill stuff is really hard because it puts all of the pressure on the front of the boot. All the pressure and the weight on the front of the boot as the horse is sliding down the mountain. So we'll call that hard riding. And then there's the extreme. And this is a part that I struggle with. What is the extreme? Okay, if you ever watch a race horsing, let's say Secretariat or Seabiscuit or something like that, you know, when they're all running and then there's the two final horses at the very final stretch and they're both neck to neck, and then finally, you know, one goes, all right, go, take it, and then that horse bursts out with an extra bit of speed and wins the race and loses everybody else, demolishes everybody else and wins the race. That's what I'm talking about with extreme. There's that extra power and stuff that I can get him to do. I call it his turbo boost. When we're already galloping and then I said, let it go, and then he bursts out with this other burst, this turbo burst. And I can almost guarantee that any boot I have on him will fly off in that within 20 feet of his turbo boost. Well, he turbo boosts and then he continues that power all the way through. But from the beginning of when I tell him to turbo boost to within like 20 feet, maybe 10 feet, even 10 feet, all of his boots are laying right there in that spot. So I know that it's something that he does. And then the thing with when we go into a race and competition, then he is using that movement and that power throughout the whole start of the race, because he thinks that this is a real race and this is a race start, and he's putting it all right there, all of that power right there. I know that by the 10th mile or so, then he's run out of that turbo, and then and any boot will stay on in the last after 10 miles of the race. So you know, that's all easy stuff. It's always that first 10 miles is when he's crazy, and also when I ask him to do that turbo boost, that is that extreme that I'm talking about. And it's not even speed, because I can actually tell him to go fast but not apply the turbo boost, and then these actually stay on just fine. In fact, I did that exact test today. We hit the same speeds but when I lost the turbo boost, you know, he hit that speed faster, and both of them came off right away. But then I got off, I put them back on, you know, and checked, and there were no rubs, and I was really happy about that. So I put them back on, and then we went up ahead, and then I asked him to go and gallop again. We hit the same speeds and exceeded those speeds, but I never asked him to turbo boost, and these stayed on just fine. So for the most people, you know, the sane type riding, these are going to work great. And then of course all of the good stuff about scoots that I've talked about before, they all apply. These boots are gorgeous and awesome, and I love them. My thing is I still need something that'll stick through extreme, and that's why I'm doing all of this trouble to go into their glue-ons, because I'm seeing if I can find a magic combination with the glue that will work for his extreme stuff. So anyways, totally recommend this. Just wanted to show you how they fit on him, and this is the kind of fit that I like to see. You know, this isn't gapping and stretched out. The heel bulbs aren't too bulging out of it, like they're getting squished uncomfortably. They're just sitting in here nice and comfortable. This is just molded around, but nothing is tight around there, so there's still room. See, there's still room to budge and move. I want to see that I can still, you know, squish a finger in here or something. It's all nice, and it also softens up as we go. So that is the type of fit that I like to see, and I'm really excited because I didn't think that we'd ever be able to find something straight out of the box that would fit so perfectly without any modifications. Can you imagine not having to do any modifications, and then they just work great? All right, so there you go. Totally love the Scoot Boot Slims. That's their oval version. Obviously, if your horse has round hooves, then the original ones is what you want. Oh, but it's also interesting that if you have the original ones and you have the ovals and you have oval hooves, then do look at the padded collar mod, because that you know is how you can change the shape of it a little. All right, so that's all. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.